Amazon Simple Storage Service, or S3 as it's commonly known, is a super flexible and reliable service for storing digital stuff. Think of it as a giant online warehouse where developers, businesses of all sizes, and big companies can keep their data. Launched way back in 2006, S3 really changed the game for cloud computing. It made storage available whenever you needed it, without costing a fortune, and it was always there when you needed it, super reliable. Over time, it's become a core part of how the modern cloud works, supporting everyone from tiny startups to massive Fortune 500 corporations. With S3, you can store pretty much any amount of data, anytime you want. This makes it essential for all sorts of industries, from streaming videos and music to managing finances and healthcare records. Whether you're hosting website files, storing huge amounts of data for things like machine learning, or just backing up important business information, S3 gives you a safe, scalable, and simple storage solution. Amazon S3 is super important in the cloud world for a few key reasons. First off, S3 automatically grows its storage as you need more space. You don't have to worry about managing any of the behind-the-scenes infrastructure. Secondly, it's cost-effective. S3 offers different types of storage, like S3 Standard for frequently accessed data, S3 Intelligent Tiering, which automatically moves your data to the cheapest option depending on how often you use it, S3 Glacier for long-term archiving, and S3 Express One Zone for super fast performance. This lets you pick the best option to save money based on how you access your data. Security is also top-notch. S3 includes features like encryption to protect your data, bucket policies to control access, IAM roles, and access control lists, all making sure your stored information is secure. Another big advantage is how well S3 works with other Amazon Web Services, or AWS, services. It integrates seamlessly with services like AWS Lambda, Amazon CloudFront, Amazon Athena, AWS Glue, and Amazon SageMaker, just to name a few. Finally, S3 is incredibly durable. It's designed to ensure your data is safe with a crazy level of durability. We're talking 99.999999999%, often called 11 nines of durability, meaning there's an extremely low risk of losing your data. In this article, we're going to dive deeper into how Amazon S3 is built, its architecture, and understand how it all works under the hood. We'll also explore the challenges that the Amazon engineering team faced when they were creating S3. Let's take a look at how Amazon S3 has evolved over time. Amazon Simple Storage Service, S3, was one of the first AWS cloud services, launching in March of 2006. Back then, businesses were struggling with old-fashioned, on-site storage, which was expensive, hard to scale up or down, and backup solutions weren't always reliable. Since its initial launch, Amazon S3 has been constantly improved, keeping up with new technologies and changing customer needs. Here's a look at its growth over the years. 2006, the beginning of S3. It started as one of the very first cloud services from AWS. It provided a straightforward way to store and get files using a simple set of commands, an API. Initially, it was limited to a single global space for all users. 2010, storage gets regional. S3 moved from a global setup to a regional model. This change boosted performance and made it more reliable in different geographical areas. It also improved the ability to recover from major disasters. 2012, enter Glacier. Amazon Glacier was introduced, offering super low-cost storage for data you needed to keep for a long time but didn't access very often, like archives. This was AWS' first big step into offering different tiers of storage for different needs. 2015, better performance and security. Cross-region replication, or CRR, was introduced, along with event notifications to automate tasks. Security got stronger with default encryption and logging who accessed what. 2018, AI and data analysis power. S3 was integrated with Amazon Athena, AWS Glue, and SageMaker, turning it into a powerful platform for processing data for artificial intelligence. 2020, smarter tiering and data querying. S3 Intelligent Tiering was added, which automatically moves data to cheaper storage options if you're not using it much. S3 Select was launched, allowing you to query data directly within S3 without having to move it to a separate database first. 2023, S3 Express One Zone. S3 Express One Zone was introduced, optimized for workloads that need extremely fast performance. Durability and efficiency were improved, including better ways to upload large files and new security features. Amazon actually underestimated just how popular S3 would become. In the early days, they didn't anticipate the huge demand for cloud storage. They initially thought customers might store a few gigabytes each, but they quickly had to scale up to handle exabytes of data as everyone rushed to digital technologies. As S3 usage exploded, AWS had to change their approach from just reacting to problems as they came up to proactively planning for massive growth. Phase 1, Reacting to Needs, 2006 to 2010. In the early years, S3 operated by reacting to storage needs as they happened. But this approach brought several challenges. They frequently had to expand storage capacity, which sometimes caused delays. Sudden spikes in traffic sometimes created bottlenecks because demand was hard to predict. Engineering teams were constantly working to fix unexpected issues. Phase 2, Planning ahead and predicting threats, 2010 present. Amazon realized they needed to be more proactive because storage demands were becoming too unpredictable. They shifted to focusing on automation, being able to scale easily, and predicting future demand. Here are some key improvements they made. Amazon S3 engineers started using threat modeling to anticipate potential system failures and improve performance before issues actually occurred. AWS implemented AI to forecast storage demands months in advance. Auto-scaling storage systems allowed Amazon to add capacity automatically, even before customers realized they needed it. Amazon introduced multi-AZ storage, meaning data is stored in multiple separate locations within a region to ensure high availability and resilience in case of disasters. AWS designed a system for organizing data keys called lexicographical key partitioning to distribute the workload efficiently. The architecture of Amazon S3. Amazon S3 is one of the largest and most complex storage systems in the world. It handles millions of requests every second and stores over 350 trillion digital objects, all while promising extremely high data durability and fast access. To achieve this massive scale, reliability, and performance, AWS designed S3 using a microservices approach. Amazon S3 isn't just one big storage system. It's made up of over 350 smaller, independent services called microservices. Each of these is responsible for a specific storage task. These microservices are spread out across many AWS regions and availability zones, and they work together to store, retrieve, and protect data at a massive scale. Service architecture. Here's a breakdown of how the system works.